Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to play some more 60 Seconds Reatomized. We have been doing a lot of achievement hunts and stuff like that, but one thing we need to complete is all the challenges. We've done all the scavenges, so we've unlocked all the hats and everything like that. Now we're trying to work on all these challenges, and we will get back to the achievements for sure, but this is something I want to complete as well. I want to do everything possible. The only one we've completed was this one right here, the shelter alone. It was pretty tricky, but we pulled it off. Now we need to... What was the one that got me? It was, yeah, 7 expeditions. I think I've tried this one twice now, and I can't seem to get it. So, we're going to give it a shot. Let's just go ahead and dive into it. Well, yeah, by the way, we're at 68 subscribers. So that is a pretty cool thing. We are growing quick, and I absolutely love it. And I see the comments and tips and tricks and advice and everything, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. We got all the hats. We got some skins for some stuff. What was the other one we got? It was radio ammunition, and I think that maybe the scout book, maybe? I think it was the scout book, possibly. I'd like to get these others, though. Alright, so we have to get 7 expeditions. Alright, after weeks down here, it's not looking too good for us in terms of supplies, but there's hope. We learned on the radio there's a hidden supply cache nearby. Hopefully the transmission gave us enough to go by, and we can locate it before the radioactivity out there makes us grow extra pairs of anything. Enough sitting around aimlessly waiting to be rescued. Everyone, get ready to do some exploring. True, true. And I don't think anybody... Yeah, I think everybody's just fatigued, which is fine. We're gonna start off with an expedition. I think they can go on expedition fatigue. I think it's just tired that'll stop them. But yeah, the boredom and silence are overwhelming. Too bad we don't have a TV to keep us occupied. Maybe we could take advantage of some of our supplies and pretend they're props in a movie set. We'll do the suitcase. I don't want to break the axe. We need that for the raiders and stuff. I think that's pretty much the hardest part. Yeah, the suitcase was supposed to be served as a small podium. Ted and Mary argued about who should stand on the podium and deliver a monologue in their improvised scene. Long story short, both of them stood on top of the suitcase at the same time. Unfortunate. Alright. Alright, so everybody is just fatigued. We can send somebody out. That sucks, though, because we lost the suitcase, which could have gotten us extra stuff. Maybe I should have just not done that at all. Maybe I shouldn't have done that at all. Whatever. Let's send Timmy out there. Start with the kids. Man, I was sick for so long. I'm finally kind of over it, but I still have like a congestion and stuff. So it's not too bad, but at least my body and my head and everything, because I was like sick for a little bit. Like I couldn't move. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Alright, anybody hungry? They're thirsty. Alright. While Mary Jane was rummaging through our belongings, she found a single plant seed. We have no idea what kind of seed it is, but maybe it's the start of something great. If we're lucky, it might even be an apple tree or a cherry tree or something edible. We need to use a bottle of water to plant it. How about that? You know what? Yes, because it gives us a lot of food, and hopefully we can bring some water. Because I think it gives us, what, like 2 or 3 food, maybe? Goodness. Sorry if I'm, like, sniffly. I hope it doesn't bother anybody. Here goes nothing. Soil, seeds, water. We'll see what happens in a few days' time. Let's just hope these seeds don't turn into useless flour. Mary Jane seems optimistic, though. Costs a lot, but I think it'll be worth it. Alright, so they're already at dehydration, so tomorrow we will... Alright. Felt like something was staring at us from the corner of the shelter. We think it's a rat. At least it looks like a rat. A rat on a very good diet. We decided we need to do something about it. Or, to put it more bluntly, it's either him or us. Yeah, we gotta take it out. Hopefully it doesn't break our axe, because we need that for the plant. That would just be a horrible start. Okay, we're good. Whatever it was, it's dead now. Quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding somewhere in one of those nasty little holes. Alright, so everybody's thirsty. Well, dehydrated, but... We have the most curious visitors today. One of them was making a sound of a galloping horse using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other, while his companion was pretending to ride said horse. They claimed to be a very important quest to seek a magical cup. Only thing they only they lost their way in the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map to determine their whereabouts. I don't have a map, or I would. Alright. We couldn't contain our laughter, and our guests took offense. They ran off shouting that our ancestors were rodents and smelled like forest fruits. How rude. Are they thirsty again? Okay, I was about to say. We're gonna end up just resetting so quick. The other day we heard a quiet knock on the door. When we opened it, we only found a suitcase on the doorstep. There was no one around. It isn't signed, but it sure looks like it's meant for us. Should we check what's inside? Yeah, go ahead. We need some supplies, so we gotta risk it sometimes. Somebody got sick, but I think there was some stuff there. It was an innocent-looking bottle of water, so we took a sip. We thought we got lucky, but it was a lie. Either that was irradiated, or it was some kind of biological weapon. It made us all feel pretty sick. We were afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Our expedition found no signs of any supply cache mentioned on the radio. Maybe our next trip will be more lucky. Our house is in ruins. We still haven't paid the mortgage. We need to worry about that now. No need to worry about that now. Is there? Okay. Sorry. The least we could do is pick through whatever was left and see if there's any useful items. Maybe one of Timmy's comic books survived. The only recognizable furniture in the kids' room were burnt desks and Mary Jane's bed. There were a hidden stash under the bed. It was full of soup cans, +2. Our kitchen is a pile of rubble. It took us weeks to find those lovely chairs that matched the floor tiles. Now they were nowhere to be found. Only a few bottles of water remained scattered in the dirt. +2 water, that's good. The muddy swamp, which used to be our toilet, is now home to something that remotely resembles a mutated turtle. After exchanging a few pleasantries, it gave us anti-bug spray and wished us the best of luck. Okay, no, that was not a bad run, but one sick adult, one sick kid. Let's see. Yeah, some of them are hungry. All right. We're going to send somebody else out. We'll send them with a gas mask this next time. Where did that green puddle come from? Oh dear. A pipe is leaking green goo. That is not good. That's not good at all. We need to act now. You know what? This is actually a mutation for Mary Jane. How insane would it be if she mutated on this run? Ah, it was worth a shot. That would have been so beautiful though. I would have just instant win. It would have just been instant win. I'd have just been sending her every other day. We couldn't figure it out, so we just assumed that it was what a regular pipe would do in the event of a nuclear apocalypse, and decided to ignore it. We've been feeling a little bit funny today, though. Probably no connection to the pipe. None whatsoever. True, true. Food. He's thirsty and hungry. She's hungry and thirsty. Hungry and thirsty. Thirsty and starvation. So the boy needs food, the 38th. We are sending somebody out, and I think it's going to be the daughter. Let's send her out with the checkers. Send her out with the checkers. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I think that's a good option. Alright. The three amigos. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. Alright, the boy needs food. And he needs water tomorrow. They need food and water tomorrow. He needs water tomorrow. He's no longer... Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So, water, food. Or no, water. Okay. Alright, we're good. Today we were visited by a strange-looking little man who introduced himself as a trader. He insisted his prices are so low that it's practically like cutting his own throat. The least we could do is take a look at his offers. You know what? I will trade a gas mask for the book, because the book gives a better chance to survive on an expedition. So does the gas mask. Gas mask keeps you from getting sick, but the book gives you just a higher chance of returning in general. Oh, what is that over here? Beautiful plant and tasty. Alright, the weird man tried to make us buy cockroaches on a stick, covered in some mysterious sauce. These snacks look pretty disgusting, so we turned them down, but we bought something else from him. He looked a bit disappointed. We got 1 foot in the grave. Okay, there's nothing about the plant. Okay, I guess we'll just wait. He needs both. We'll just give him, we'll just do this. Who cares? We'll just do that. That's fine. I know the dads just needed water, but you know, it is what it is. Whoa! That plant Mary Jane has been tending to is growing like crazy. It's also glowing in the dark. We've never grown carrots or anything, so we're not sure if that's normal. Maybe it's a good time to collect whatever fruit it's produced. Yes. Yes. That is awesome. I think I've only ever gotten the monster. Like the little plant monster. Good call with the plant. We were able to procure four cans worth of food from it. The glow seems to give it extra nutrition value. That is kind of cool. Let's see. The dad is just hungry, fatigued. She's starvation. Let's give her something because she's sick. Alright. A young singer approached our shelter this morning, encumbered by 2 different guitars, a big backpack, and a weird contraption holding a harmonica in the front of his face. He asked for some supplies in exchange for a folk song or two. Do we want to share? Yeah, let's give him a can of soup. We got a lot of it, and I think he gives us something. I think the harmonica, which will help us against raiders. Oh, just a radio. Which is fine. Radio can go on expedition and get us stuff. His songs brought tears to our eyes. With good, talented Americans like that. Hopefully the times are a-changin' for the better. The sound of his guitar kept blowing in the wind towards us as he was walking away. Our love for his music moved him so much that he gifted us a working radio. What a kind fellow. What a kind fellow. He's starvation, so I can give him food on the 42nd. What is that? It seems like a distant rumble, but it's getting louder. And why is everything shaking? Oh god, it's a quake. Grab a hold of something. We got one thing. We got one thing, so we'll hold the radio. What was that noise? That was weird. Unless, was that in my room? Did my cat knock something over? Was that in the game? I don't know. Everyone okay? Let's hope so. We didn't make a proper inspection. That was one nasty earthquake. We never used to get such bad ones before. It's all because of the atoms. Definitely the atoms. No one should mess with atoms. No one. Fair. Alright, so the boy needed food. This is... we were about to finish our dinner, if you can call it that, when we heard someone knocking at the door. It seemed to be a trader. He was very interested in ammunition. We don't have any. Otherwise, I probably would give him some. Alright, the daughter's back. That's 2. We need 5 more. Everybody is sick. That's crazy. We could tell the stranger was disappointed, but that was none of our business. If ever was a time to get used to life being disappointing, the end of the world is probably it. Nothing made us happier than seeing the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. The expedition was a disappointment when it came to uncovering any detail about the hidden supply cache. We didn't manage to find any of the landmarks mentioned in the radio broadcast and still have no idea where to look. We never liked people who boarded long-distance buses with baggage full of food, especially the kind that smelled bad, but in our current situation, we'll be more than happy to find suitcases filled with canned soup, or even some smelly cheese. Our local athletes team was preparing to depart for a championship taking place somewhere in the boondocks. Their bus was full of refreshing water and spare shoes. Unfortunately, none of them was a match for us, so we just took all the water bottles, plus 2 water. When we were passing through the ruins of the bar, we ran into a soup vending machine. We couldn't find any spare change, so we decided to try prying checker pieces. It worked. Plus 3 food. Checkers are gone. They're gone. They didn't make it back from the wastes. That's okay. Okay, Ted, you're gonna be my only hope, brother. We're definitely sending somebody out. Okay, you would expect the post-apocalyptic to be a time of peace and quiet since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet, here we have someone at the door. When we opened it, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What the hell is that? Hang on, how many waters do we have? Ooh. Honestly, I feel like I'm risking it if I do that. I kind of just feel like I'm gonna be out of water. Let's not right now. We have less than 2. Yeah, and that's a Fallout reference for the water chip. And I'm watching the Fallout series right now. It's pretty good. I had already watched season 1, but I was like, I'm gonna rewatch it. Finished it. Working on season 2. Not bad. Not bad at all. We were sorry to explain we didn't know what a water chip was, and that we didn't have one. He thanked us a few short words and left. Fatigued, hungry, fatigued, sick. We'll give you food. We'll give you food. We got plenty of food, so I don't mind just feeding them up, you know? Well, she's sick. I guess we'll send the dad with the radio and hope we get the water one, because getting 3 or 4 waters would be really convenient for us. This is the 3rd expedition. We need 4 more after this. We also need to find weapons. Man, we need weapons. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Well, we hope he'll be back soon. Equipment, water. Alright, let's see. She's dehydrated. We'll just go ahead and give her some. Everybody's sick. Remember that time Mary Jane went out to scavenge supplies? When she got back, she had a wound on her forearm. Nothing serious, she claimed, but it looked like something bad bitten her. Now the injury is looking much worse. We fear it might be infected. We have to clean it. Yeah, I guess. I hope the axe doesn't break, though. It does break because you heat it up and it destroys it. It's broken. Oh, we have no axe. We have no weapons in general. Mary Jane got the wrong idea when we brandished the axe. She tried to limp out of the bunker. Fortunately, she was too slow, and we were able to explain our intentions before she ran off. Hitting the axe's blade allowed us to clean the wound and stop it from festering. Now it's up to her immune system to fight off the infection. We had to break our axe to do it, but she's looking better today. We are hopefully it was worth it. I don't know, because now if any raiders or anything comes, we're kind of screwed. We don't have anything to trade for, which would have been nice. Oh, you guys, we're in a situation. If these expeditions aren't quick, we're going to start running into raiders and be just out of luck. Okay. Dehydration for the mom and son on the 48th. Wouldn't you know it, our dear Mary Jane keeps a diary. For some reason, she was hiding it in the scout book we keep in our shelter. We have no doubts what needs to be done right now. Each of us must be assigned a role, and the diary must be read aloud, right? Probably not. Probably not. Drinking my sugar-free Red Bull. It's delicious. Mary Jane thanked us for respecting her privacy. She then ripped out and tore all of the pages, set them on fire, stomped on them, and fed them to a mutated rat outside. A bit excessive, but we all feel better now that it's been dealt with. We still wonder what she wrote about us, though. Probably nothing but kind things. Okay, give them their water. She's at starvation, so 49, feed the daughter. Dreadful silence is becoming boring, and like every happy model family, we don't have that many things to talk about. Is there anything we can talk about? Anything at all? We have no radio. We have no radio. It is out on adventure. Alright, yes, okay. There's nothing here. Maybe if we try really hard, we can hear our neighbors in their shelter. Ted safely returned from his voyage to the surface. The expedition finally brought some information about the supply cache. We pinpointed one of the landmarks from the radio message. At least now we will know the direction to head next time. We were happy to find the fire station in our town is at least semi-operational. Even after the apocalypse, it's not really shocking. Firefighters are the greatest of heroes, right after the Marines and ice cream men, the ones with the happy tunes in their vans. Although none of their faces look familiar, we're sure they're the real deal. They had uniforms, helmets, and everything. They even customized their headwear by drawing a lot of menacing skulls on them. How creative. Near the garage, we found a few firefighters shooing off some giant mutated cockroaches with a fire hose. We joined in on the fun and managed to fill some bottles of water with it. 3 water, nice. In the back of the station, we found a few lockers filled with hand grenades and landmines. We're not sure why firefighters needed an arsenal of this caliber, but we unlocked and took the padlock that was used to seal the lockers. Good deal. Alright, so the radio's busted. Oh, she's healed. Give her both. Food. We're just gonna feed and water everybody. We'll do expedition. So I think the daughter's gonna be good to go on expedition now. What the hell are those sounds? Are they coming from the dang walls? They're driving us crazy. Something crawling in the air vents. Relax. Take a deep breath. We should probably calm down before we start tearing them down. Maybe try something relaxing for a bit. We don't have nothing relaxing. You're just gonna have to. You're gonna have to tough it out. That's what you're gonna have to do. What? So I finally get everybody crazy and it's in this challenge? I don't think it counts for the achievement. That's an upsetting feeling. Haha, we can live with them noises, right? We can even be friends. Haha, don't... Okay. That is so frustrating. That is crazy that that happened. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is wild. I finally got the house to go crazy and it's on a challenge. Oh man. Okay, we can't send anybody out. Oh, that breaks my heart, actually. Oh, that breaks my heart. Okay. We can't send anybody out. We're just gonna wait. One thing you don't expect is a band of people dressed in all green showing up to your doorstep and claiming they take from the rich and give to the poor. That's exactly what happened to us. Should we let those clowns in? I'm kind of debating it because they're probably gonna rob us, but we need weapons. And we need med kit. I'm just gonna say yeah. I usually say no, but unless I'm like just really desperate. But I kind of feel like I'm in that situation right now. What did they do? I think they just gave us a radio. Those merry folks were very kind. They noticed we didn't have a radio, so they offered us one. When we asked where they got it from, they said the 1%. Okay. Okay. So the mom's probably gonna die before this is over. I need her to not be tired. I need anybody to not be tired. You know what? Let's just do this. He definitely doesn't need that. If they're just hungry or thirsty, I'm going to give it to him. So she's both. Hungry, thirsty. That's both. Hungry and dehydration. Okay, we'll just give everybody something. And hope it helps. It's become more and more difficult to breathe in the shelter the last couple hours. We suspect there's something wrong with the ventilation. Maybe it got stuck somehow? But how? Alright, we'll use the bug spray on that. Because I don't want the daughter to get sick. But we really need a med kit. That is crazy difficult. We decided to spray the heck out of that vent just to be on the safe side. Turned out it was the right thing to do. A couple of mutated insects fell out following a gust of fresh air. Good, 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 good. Man, hang on. Okay. I can send the dad out. I can send the dad out. There's an armed and dangerous woman outside. Fortunately, she's out of ammo. She tells us she hunts the wild beast of the waste, and right now, she's on a trail of giant mutated spider. We're pretty sure she's lost her mind. What are you going to do with that spider, lady? Put it on a leash? She promised that if we help her, she will return the favor another day. If I had stuff, I would. I think she brings food, like, regardless. Okay. This woman says she hunts mostly for food. Clearly, she's an uncivilized savage. Delicious soup is what decent people eat these days. We're not amused and didn't give her anything. Okay. Hungry, thirsty. Hungry. Hungry. Alright, hungry. Alright. Who can we send? We can send the mom or the dad, but the mom is diseased, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we'll just send the dad. We need to send him with something that'll help him survive. I think it said that food and water helps with that. Oh, we'll do the book, actually. We'll do the book. We'll do the book. And I really, really hope we get a med kit. I hope we just get lucky. If we get a med kit, we can heal one of the parents. So at least we know we'll make it through. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. Because I think that's our fourth one, I believe. That's our fourth one. So we need 3 more after this. Hungry, thirsty, hungry, thirsty, hungry, thirsty. Alright, we were never huge fans of mushrooms, but with the colony of them growing on the wall, we've changed our loyalties. We're all about mushrooms now. Should we eat them? No. I just need the dad or the mom to not be sick anymore. That's what I need. Somebody will come and trade a radio for a med kit. That would be sick. We may be hungry, but there are some things we will never eat. Wall fungus is one of them. That's right. You let them know. Dehydration, so tomorrow all 3 of them need water. Okay. Mary Jane has been caught sneaking out under the cover of night. Dolores was furious when Mary Jane revealed she was going on a date with some bandit boy. She met him during an expedition. Mary Jane asked for one more chance to contact her date via a written note to apologize for not showing up. She should, yeah, you know what? Let her. Maybe it'll bring her back to normal. Alright, the mom's dead. That was the last thing the mother did. It's so poetic. Dolores agreed that an apology note would be polite in these circumstances. Mary Jane wrote one and dropped it off, but came back red-faced and furious. She saw a bandit boy outside holding hands with some bandit girl. Girl? Jeez. Mary Jane was so hurt, even Dolores took her side. Yeah, that's great. That's so messed up. She loved you, bandit boy. We'll give them both. And we'll just give him both. They're sick as hell. Open in the name of freedom, came a shout from outside the door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open it? Yes. I think we can get a weapon through this one. If it's the kiddos, the Wolverines, I think. Yeah, we got our rifle. Good deal. Opening the door revealed a group of armed teenagers, possibly high school students. Contrary to what we expected, they were very friendly and requested to know if we had seen any Reds nearby. We couldn't help them. When they found out we were not armed, they were kind enough to leave us a spare rifle. We asked who they were. All they said was Wolverines. Right on. She's deranged. He's diseased. This is going to be a long one. As we were considering alternatives to the canned soup diet, a sudden knock at the door broke our line of thought. It turned out to be we were visited by a band of survivors who were in pretty bad shape. What do we have more of? Yeah, let's give them some food. They were in pretty bad shape. All they wanted was to get something to drink, a bite to eat, or at least a clean bandage and medicine to attend to their wounds. Alright, let's give them some soup. Alright, Ted didn't return, I'm assuming. Our visitors had problems finding enough words to express their gratitude. Many tears were shed, smiles and hugs exchanged, and they wished us all the best. It's a great feeling to be helping someone out. They left soon after to seek shelter in the ruins of our town. We hope they made it out there. Yeah, Ted's gone. I guess let's do another run. Let's give it another shot. Let's give it another shot. Challenge failed. Understandable. Alright, end adventure. End adventure. Maybe I'll try a different challenge, because that one, man, it's like every time I try it, I just cannot get it. New game. Challenge. Survival. Alright, Scout's Honor. What is this one? A blast claimed our scout book, as well as our first aid kit. Even got the map all torn up somehow. Alright, let's see. Timmy. Keep Timmy alive until rescue comes. Get rescued by military or ally with Wastelanders. Scout, handbook, and first aid kit disabled. Okay. Survive for 50 days. Okay. 7 expeditions. This one's completed. Survive 50 days. Don't lose the dog. Survive 99 days. What was that other? There was another survive 50 days. Expeditions disabled. Now let's do that one with the keep the kids alive. Alright, let's try this one. Survive 50 days. Keep the kids alive. Alright. Alright, day 1. It's gonna be rough. We all made it, even the children, especially the children. We must protect them from the horrors of the wasteland. They'll be provided for and won't have to risk their necks for a can of soup. This has nothing to do with the fact that families with 2 or more children are rescued first. Nope, just our values. Totally not connected to the Army radio broadcast earlier. Okay. So it's the first day. So day 5, we give them water. Day 10, we give them food and water. Hard to keep track down here. Can't tell if it's night or day. Our sleeping patterns are messed up. These terrible light bulbs are not helping. Too bad we can't replace them. There has to be something we can do about this. There is not. So good. Ted's not tired. I don't think Dolores is either. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour of sleep or two. Hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were. And there are other problems we will need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from the radiation sickness. Okay. Let's see. Mary Jane insists she doesn't feel complete without her musical instrument. If she hit it well, maybe her tuba will... Maybe her tuba... My words are getting tied up. Maybe her tuba is still safe somewhere in the ruins of our house. A reminder of her hobbies, of what life used to be, might cheer her up a bit and make the situation easier for her. Should we let her take a quick look around? Yeah, why not? Why not? Mary Jane got very excited when we agreed to let her look for her tuba. She said if she can't find the instrument, she'll settle for anything else she can find, like some sheets of music. We sure hope the tuba didn't make it. We're pretty sure we prefer the radio static or even sweet sound of silence. I think one thing is we're going to need cards. It's not the best time or place to make plans for the future, but we can't help thinking about what we can make of this terrible situation. Is our house still standing, or will we have to move to some forsaken hole like Toronto? Ew, not Toronto. Not Toronto. What'd she get? Planning far ahead is usually a good strategy, but for now we should be more interested in our plan for water rationing. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter. I guess we didn't get anything? Okay, well that was... Give everybody water tomorrow. We're definitely sending somebody out. Whoever designed this fallout shelter was a genius, but we really can't tell if that green stuff dripping from the pipe is an included feature. We should probably try to do something about it. Actually no, because that can mutate Mary Jane, which will like guaranteed keep her alive, which is nice. We couldn't figure it out, so we just assumed that's what a regular pipe would do in the event of a nuclear apocalypse, and decided to ignore it. We've been feeling a bit funny today, though. Probably no connection to the pipe, none whatsoever. Okay, today's the day we give everybody water. Alright, now, expedition, we'll send the dad. Suitcase. Actually, we're just... not sending him out with anything, actually. Yeah, let's just send him out with what he's got. Bare hands. Man, my nose is all stuffy today. Alright. We can wait till day 10 for food. I think we'll have to do food and water. We're a regular family, so an occasional argument or two. But it was never as intense as the fight we just got into. No one wants to speak to each other. Let's hope this won't last too long. See, I'm wondering if I'll need the stuff to trigger the army, or is it literally just wait for day 50? We're done fighting, but for how long? Alright, everybody's getting hungry-ish. Day 10 is when we do that. We always thought life could be much better. That was before we got nuked. Now we think life could be much better. In a way, not much has changed. Let's look. Survive for 50 days. Keep both children alive until rescue comes. Yeah, so that's literally it. Alright. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah. What we make of today will be our tomorrow, or so let's make it right. Okay. Actually, because it's the challenge, it makes me nervous. Like, can I wait till day 10? I don't know. Our patience is wearing thin. We thought it would be a good idea to take a quick look outside to see if there's any trouble in the area. As we were about to step out, a pair of animal eyes flashed in the darkness, and their owner started growling. in a terrifying way. We only had a moment to decide what to do. Yeah, you know what? We could try to get Mr. Pancake. Okay. See, I'm nervous right now. We decided to check to see what's coming for us with the flashlight. Guess what? It was a dog. The poor thing seemed tired, so we let it stay with us for the night. The next morning, we opened the door to let it out. It still hasn't returned. Hopefully, it will come back later. Yeah, see, everything's... I'm just not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna risk it. Today, we met a bunch of people dressed in what looked like Halloween doctor outfits. They claimed to be a field hospital, moving place to place, and attempting... Yeah, let's give them some water. Be alright. Because they can heal us later, which would be nice. Alright, the dad's returned. Let's see what we got. Good choice picking the doctors. A bottle of relatively clean water is the closest we'll ever get to hydrogen peroxide. The guests were grateful anyway. Only 40 more days and we can get out of this mess. We can't wait until we have actual knives and other sharp objects around again. Trying to cut any packages open without a cutting tool has proven very irritating. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. Where to go for supplies? What a silly question. To the store, of course. We decided that bombs don't matter much and our favorite store should still be our #1 stop for groceries. We found it, or at least what was left of it. Most food on the shelves was outdated and rotten. A lot of eggs were smashed on the floor. Guess what? Soup cans don't expire till 2015. Good for us. So we didn't get any water, though. Ugh. That's not good. Okay, so we got a couple of starvations. The daughter's fine. We'll do expedition for the mom. Let's play the radio. We know very little about what's going on outside. It'd be a good idea to find out more. Maybe discover if anyone else made it to safety. A radio could help with this. Yeah, we'll use the radio. We can use the radio. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's agency emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news. The fallout outside is mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Good deal. Let's give him food. Give her food. I know he's starvation. Alright. We'll send the mom out. We need at least one of them to just not be sick. So we'll send him with the gas mask. Alright, let's see. Father's dehydrated. Daughter's finally starvation. Alright, when conducting our daily supply count, we noticed that a can of soup was missing. We're absolutely sure it was there yesterday. That can only mean one thing. We have a soup thief among us. Now we just need to figure out... I don't care. We're not doing that. We just need to make it to day 50. We're at day 13. Whatever happened to our precious soup, we'll let it go. One can isn't worth the drama and arguments that would ensue. And we really don't have enough evidence to figure out who did it. Maybe we just made a mistake when counting. We'll never know for sure, but if someone did steal it, they'd be taking the secret to their grave. Alright, let's see. Dehydration. Both. Dehydration. Alright. We played a game of list of things you hate the most, and our neighbor's name kept coming up for some reason. That reminded us that the little weasel had a safe in his living room. We always wondered what's inside. Maybe now's the time to finally find out. But who will do the honors of stealing the possessions of our arch nemesis? We'll send the dad. I don't mind if we lose the dad as long as we have the mom left. We just have to keep the kids safe for sure, so I don't want to risk it. We marched over to Ned's house and found a safe cracked open by the blast. Most of the contents were destroyed, but we still salvaged something out of it. Ned was nowhere to be found. He likely perished in the radioactive agony. All told, it was a good day. Alright. The father's just sick and hungry. Starvation. Hungry. So we'll give her food tomorrow. Scratching at the door could only mean one thing. Our dog is back. We raced open the door, not considering it might have been a mutated beast. But luck smiled at us. The furry fellow seemed really tired and hungry. Yeah, let's feed him. Let's get everybody a nice little pet. The dog was back to his former self in under an hour. We don't know what they put in that soup, but man, that stuff is good. We decided the dog needed a name, and the right name for him was Pancake. Come here, Pancake. Who's your good boy? Pancake stayed around for a while, but was gone the next morning. We can bet he'll be back. Food. Let's go ahead. It's his first day of starvation, but still. This is insane. We keep finding spiders everywhere. They're in our soup. They're in our water. We swear some of them keep coming back, and they're bigger every time we see them. It can't go on like this. We need a way to warn the spiders. This is the one that can mutate Mary Jane. Pretty sure she can still get mutated in a challenge. That would have been nice, though. We decided we could get rid of those spiders with our bare hands, feet, and whatever other body part we could use for lethal anti-spider attacks. Unfortunately, we underestimated the chances. They're really fast. All we achieved was getting tired. Maybe we'll have more luck next time. Let's see. Thirsty, hungry, tired. Thirsty, hungry, tired. Thirsty, hungry. Wait. Yeah, thirsty, hungry. We had some spare ammunition, but now it's gone. We don't know how or when. It must have been misplaced. We need to find it soon. Yeah, use the flashlight, please. We want to keep that for trades in the future. Kind of curious when the mom's going to get back. Oh, nice. We found the cards. First thing we found was a forgotten deck of cards. Dolores used it for solitaire back in the day. Till the kids lost a few of the cards. We can now play semi-solitaire. Found it. The ammunition clip was covered by a can. Too bad it was empty. But at least we have our bullets back. True. Dehydration. Both. Dehydration. This is rough. The other day we heard a quiet knock at the door. When we opened it, we only found a suitcase on the doorstep and there was no one around. It isn't signed, but it looks like it's meant for us. Should we see? Yeah, go ahead, because we might get lucky and get some water, I hope. That would be nice. It was an innocent-looking bottle of water, so we took a sip. We thought we got lucky, but it was a lie. Either that or the water was irritated with some kind of biological weapon. It made us feel pretty sick. Okay. We were admiring the radioactive landscape when we saw a young woman dressed in ragged camo clothing. She had a nasty-looking rifle, but she held us at held us in a polite enough manner. She claims to be a hunter tracking a big mutated spider. She ran out of ammo and told us that if we were to help her out, she would pay us back in a while. Yeah, give her the bullets. Here, give me just 1 second. Goodness. Sorry, I had to step away. My nose is all stuffy. Oh, are you kidding? Okay, we agreed mostly. We're kind of curious what she's planning to do with the spider. Once she catches it, she doesn't want to say. Maybe one day we'll find out. Alright, so Dolores is gone. Alright, we're in a situation because we actually really need water. Now the thing is, do we need to keep the radio? We just need to survive 50 days. We just need to survive 50 days. I don't think we even need the radio. Let's take it out on an expedition. That beast of a rodent won, and it stole our food. Can or no can, at least we have each other, right? We're just worried it'll come back to finish what it started. We never thought we'd spend a whole 20 days together in close quarters like that. Pre-apocalypse, we couldn't spend the afternoon with each other without some sort of argument or one of us almost going crazy. Only 30 more days and this will end. True. Ah. Yeah, this is rough. Starvation, we'll feed him tomorrow. Starvation, we'll feed him tomorrow. Actually, we have to send somebody out. Honestly, Mary Jane, you gotta... Oh, they're not allowed expeditions. Ah, come back. I keep clicking past it. That one, cards, and radio. Let's throw a Hail Mary, if you will. Let's throw a Hail Mary and just see. It's either gonna really, really work in our favor, or we're just gonna be screwed. We heard barking. We're at the door in a moment's notice. The time's right. It's Pancake. He came back, and he wasn't willing to enter. Instead, he seemed very anxious and led us somewhere. Should we grab? We don't have any gear. So Pancake's gone. Sorry. I was hoping we'd have an axe when the mom came back or something, but it is what it is. Pancake wasn't too happy about us staying put. Eventually, he left and didn't come back. We'll miss Pancake. And not just because his name gives us fond memories of food other than soup. Pancakes. She's starvation. He's starvation. Let's just go ahead and do that. Protect the children. It's been a while since we showered. The smell in this tiny shelter is far from roses as it can get. We had thought of washing ourselves. Too bad we didn't grab any soap along the way. But maybe we can make do with something else. We actually can't. Is the daughter going to get sick now? Yep. Hopefully the dad makes it back and then the freaking doctors come back. The world has ended. Who cares about showering? We can get used to it. Adapting shouldn't be hard. It would be like a camping trip. It will... Oh no, that smell is just terrible. Don't puke. Don't. Suspicious looking stains cover parts of the page. Alright. She's hungry and sick. He's sick and hungry. A few more hours of coughing and we'll get used to it. Our ventilation fans seem to have halted and no fresh air seems to be circulating through the shelter. We have to fix it before we suffocate. Okay, yeah, we'll use this because we don't want to get injured on top of what's going on. Let's see. I need the dad to return. We decided to spray the heck out of that vent just to be on the safe side. Turned out it was the right thing to do. A couple of mutated insects fell out, followed by a gust of fresh air. Alright, where are we at with them? Thirsty, hungry, thirsty, hungry. They're still chilling. A stranger pushing a rusty wheelbarrow filled with all kinds of goods stopped today. Claimed he's a trader looking to barter something. You know what? Flashlight for a water. We're gonna have to in these circumstances. We're gonna have to. Now there's roaches. Is that what that is? I thought. Never mind. Okay. After making the trade, the man packed his things into the wheelbarrow and departed. Before leaving, uttered something about bandit activity nearby and how dangerous the area is. That sucks. Yep, she's dehydrated. He's dehydrated. Good call to get the water. Never thought we'd live to see dancing cockroaches. We still haven't, but we saw one that was nearly as big as a cat. The good news is, they probably scared off any rats in the area. The bad news is, they are huge and will probably attack us when they get the chance. We don't have nothing to stop them. So, nothing to stop them. We're over halfway there, though. Oh my, that thing is huge. There's another one. Roaches everywhere. We're doomed. We already feel dirty. Okay, so they need water. Next day, feed her. Felt we should do something about the interior decoration. The feng shui is really off in our fallout shelter. While we were moving things around, we found a secret door. What's behind it? There's only one way to find out. We don't have the flashlight anymore. We traded it for water. The end. Okay, so the dad died. Oh my gosh, you guys. We can't catch a break with these challenges, man. We can't catch a break. There are some things better left untouched and unknown. Whatever it was behind the door will have to stay there. We also stacked some furniture against it just to be sure nothing and no one comes through them. Alright. We made it 27 days. Over halfway. Alright. We'll have to try again at some point. We'll have to try again. But I'm going to call it a wrap at this. We gave two good attempts. And we'll keep trying. I'm going to try to get these challenges knocked out of the way so we can go back to just focusing on the achievements. I may just throw an achievement hunt in the middle at some point. But, you know, either way, it was a good attempt. We're learning more. We're doing more. But, yeah, I hope you had a good day. I hope tomorrow's even better. If you liked the video, make sure you like the video, subscribe. leave a comment, all that fun stuff. It really does help the channel. It's not a catchphrase. Helps the algorithm recognize that people enjoy it. And I'll see you here next time. Goodbye.